Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to watch the reviews of the 3 reds I'm featuring for my birthday reserve packages this May. We're gonna start off in Italy because I get to pick the wines I'm gonna drink on my birthday, and it's always going to include Nebbiolo. So this is Oddero. This is from Barbaresco. So in Piedmont, there are 2 primary locations that make kind of the best Nebbiolos in the whole area, arguably the whole world. This is right in Barbaresco. Makes a little bit more of a feminine style Nebbiolo than say Barolo does, which can be really, really intense. Also means that they're going to be a little bit more approachable younger. Now you can still age Barbaresco for a long time, so don't be afraid to do that. This is their Gallina crew, and it's their 2015 vintage Oddero here. And man, I'm really lucky to call this work. So I got to try this wine with a bunch of other Nebbiolos from Piedmont and Lombardy, all side by side, and oh my gosh, it was an incredible day. But this one, even at like half the price of a lot of the other wines I was trying, really held its own and was truly spectacular. 2015 was a great vintage. It was warmer, and so the fruit is a little riper, and just creates this like beautiful, beautiful expression of the grape. Right off on the nose are all of these intense dried rose petals and loads of cherry. And there's even like this red plum kind of quality to it as well. None of that road tar and asphalt that's really associated a little bit more with Barolos or more masculine styles of the grape. Really, really lovely expression on the nose. Let's try it. Oh my gosh, just like fills your entire palate. A lot of more delicate flavors of all the fruit components on it. Really silky tannins, very dry. This definitely needs some mushroom risotto or something like that with it, something like braised and kind of just something richer to kind of hold on to this wine. And really, really, truly delightful. Finish, still tasting the wine, just lingers on the palate in a really lovely way. Definitely recommend decanting this wine. I'm drinking this right out of the Corvin, and as I've just swirled it in the glass for just the last 10 minutes, it's getting to the point where it tasted similar to what I had before. And so definitely recommend decanting this wine for about an hour minimum. Serve it with food, don't serve it too warm either. Next wine is a Pinot Noir from California, not something that I typically recommend in a lot of my wine packages. Mostly just because Pinot Noirs, you have to really pay to play sometimes. They can be very finicky grapes to grow. And they express any mistakes of the winemaker or any flaws of the vintage very, very, very loudly. And so when it's done right, it is done right. But they generally cost a little bit more. So this is Anthill Farms, collective of 3 gentlemen who used to work at Williams Sellium and make really, really phenomenal wines, focusing on single vineyard expressions of Pinot Noir throughout California. This is from Mendocino. This is their Comptche Ridge Vineyard. This is their 2018 vintage right here. And let's give it a shot. Anthill Farms. I love the color, first of all. It's just a lovely kind of more ruby red with just a little bit of these like bluish undertones to it. Slightly cloudy on this, indication that the wine is unfiltered. And on the nose, it's just like walking through a strawberry farm. But there's also a little bit of this rhubarb kind of quality to it, a little bit more cranberry, and like sweet tobacco notes as well. A little bit of the mushroom forest floor, but it's definitely more fruit forward and fruit dominant. Linear, but like curvaceous at the same time, which I love in a wine. So let's taste. So silky. It just, oh my word, it is such a feminine expression of Pinot Noir as well. But that rhubarb really kind of pops. Sometimes Pinot Noirs can be a little bit more one-dimensional. This wine is not. There is so much going on in this wine. I could just drink this all night. Be really amazing with some roast duck breast, maybe some cedar plank salmon. Those would be my favorite Pinot Noir pairings. And I think it would go well with something smokier, and it brings out all of these like really voluptuous fruit flavors in the wine. Yeah, a could drink that all day, every day. So next wine, the last of the reds we're going to be featuring is Rasa Vineyards, because you know I cannot not feature Rasa as well, my favorite producer from Washington State. This is their +1 Cabernet Sauvignon. It's 100% Cabernet. A lot of what they do is blends. This is their 100% Cabernet, the only one that they make. And it is from Kiona Vineyard, right on the top of Red Mountain. So epic region, Red Mountain, highest elevation. Kiona Vineyard is probably one of the, arguably the best sites in all of Washington State to make really incredible wines. So they say it's their +1 because him and his daughter, the winemaker and his daughter, would always say, I love you, well, I love you more, or I love you more +1, or infinity +1, and it's just this cute saying of them. And I love this wine, infinity plus wine. So as you can see, if you can, from here, just incredibly extracted, very, very, very dark concentration of pigment to it. The nose, oh my gosh, this is why I love Washington State. There's all of these like cocoa powder notes on the nose, black currants and black cherries. This really amazing, kind of like almost peaty note to the wine too. It's this like damp earth, really, really, really beautiful nose. But again, all of those chocolatey flavors that I really enjoy from Washington State Reds. This wine, every time I have it, it just kind of blows my mind that Cabernet tastes this good from Washington State specifically, and from this region. It's so epically unique. And I definitely recommend decanting this wine for at least 2 hours. And if you don't serve it with a perfectly marbleized ribeye steak, then you're doing it wrong. But that is what I recommend. Tell me what you pair it with and we'll go from there. Let's taste. That is one sexy wine. That is truly, truly a delight of the senses. I have nothing wrong to say about it, and I'm really excited to drink these wines. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are interested in these wines, you know how to reach me. I look forward to seeing you soon in real life and sharing a glass of wine, but until then, cheers.